All right. So today is FOMC on Wednesday. And let's get into the recap. FOMC, we have two stage today. So we have 2 and 2:30. So would not be looking to trade until that second stage comes out. Um, so going into the day, daily, right? We came into this for value gap and we saw displacement out of it. So I still wanted to see these highs right here being swept. ES already swept this high, but I still want, even though we got this short rejection, I did want to see some sort of raid lower and then go back up higher because this still is a pretty obvious draw with four equal highs on the daily time frame. So incredibly strong draw that price should be drawn towards. Um, and yeah, so going right into FOMC, uh, I'll just print this out for you guys. Um, where's the replay? There it is. Yeah, so we had previous high, previous day low. I would have much rather us come down and sweep this low and then look for longs, but instead FOMC came out right here and we came up and swept previous day highs, and then we came back into this range right here. Um, so these data highs are already swept, so we have these data lows right here and previous day lows. So two pretty strong draws in liquidity. So I did want to see those swept first, but if we started displacing to the upside, then I wouldn't mind taking longs. Um, and so we came into what is it? We had this 5 minute for value gap that we came into, and this order block and breaker block right here. So judging off of this reaction, I want to see a little bit more structure. But I would have been fine taking longs right here. So playing price out a little bit more. We had this order block right here, and we had an order block come back into it, right? I didn't count that one. There was another time. Yeah, right here. Yeah, order block came into that. That's the propulsion block. That would have been my entry, but we were choppy a little bit. But so we have to keep in mind we came into a higher time frame for value gap. We are respecting this 1 minute for value gap right here, and we stop rated these people that went long right here. So we have a turtle soup right there, and we have this propulsion block that just printed, and as you can see from the reaction, immediate rejection from it, and the next two price candles we were propelling up. So judging from this, it looked pretty obvious that we were at least coming to this high and probably these highs since they're right here. So from that, I saw this imbalance right here. Let me get rid of that. So this imbalance right here. So I didn't like the risk reward, so I put it at the midpoint of there. Put my stops below the halfway point of this propulsion block because every single time I've seen propulsion blocks actually work, the wicks never go past the halfway point because price is just eager to run to that level. And since it already hit that and already started propelling, I didn't expect a deep retracement. So that's a good stop for me. If they went any lower, I would have expected us to, keep going to the downside. But yeah, right there. And then my take profit would have been here. I don't think I would have taken profits right here. I probably would have held there. But yeah, so that would be my limit order. And so price then in this one candle, since I put a limit, it filled my order and stopped me out immediately. Um, so that was really unfortunate. And I want to see, what if it was like a, shitty stop loss placement or something. It wasn't. We just went right back down. That area should have been in normal conditions, that should have been a perfect entry. There was plenty of confluence to go to the upside, and price just didn't want to go then. And still hasn't gone there, and it's 4 p.m. So I don't really expect it to go back up there. I'm expecting that to be tomorrow's draw still. Um, But yeah, so now I wanted to see, since we didn't want to go up apparently, and we were showing signs that we want to go up, maybe we wanted to go down and still sweep these. So I was looking to aim for the downside. Saw off of this candle that stopped me out, we had this balanced price range right here, and wanted to see how we reacted off of that, and if we could displace through this low right here. So plain price, we displaced from that BPR and we we did displace through this low, but there was no entry besides this order block, and I don't really like to take just order block entries. I usually just like to take fair value gap entries, so just waiting for more information. Um, we then created a 15-minute fair value gap right here, and we tapped into that and respected that perfectly. And so that was a little bit against the bias. So the way I was looking at this was I needed to see that this would be disrespected first, because if you respected it that well, still couldn't tell if we wanted to go higher now or if we were just respecting it for now to retrace and fill more orders to go back down to the downside. So looking at price, we came back up into this BPR, um, and this was the macro time too, paying attention to that. And so I didn't take this, but if you were short, you could have taken this. Um, Stops above the BPR. Again, similar propulsion blocks. Oh, BPRs, since they're pretty strong confluence and pretty strong indication that price is gonna go to the downside. You don't want to. You want to see the wicks respect the CE of the wick. So for me, I would put my stop above that for value gap, and take profit would be like these news lows. Um, but yeah, again, like we respected this perfectly, so really couldn't tell. And if you zoom out in the 1 minute, it's very choppy. So um yeah, so macro time, this trade did end up working out. Um, but yeah, just wasn't confident in this, so I didn't take it. Um, yeah. So next thing, right? We swept out these news lows, but we were right next to previous day lows. So if I wanted to take any longs, which I was okay with taking longs, but I did want to see this taken out because we were so close. At this point, ES didn't take this out, so we had an SMT right here. Um, but yeah, even though we got that, I still wanted to see us reject. We had this for value gap right here, which this right here should have been an entry to take it to the downside. On normal conditions, that would have usually held price to go back to the downside. But it didn't do that. It came all the way back up. And now that we inverse this 50-minute fair value gap, this would have been an inverse. So we came back into that inverse. We came back into this breaker block right here. And this fair value gap. Um, There we go. And we also came up into equilibrium of the leg. So if price were to reject from anywhere, it would be now. Um, but yeah, took a small loss, and I just wanted to see more confirmation. Want to be 100% sure we are going down to the downside. So price got a rejection out of it. Yeah, chopping around a little bit, and we have this low put in. I want to see that displaced through, and we did. And so this low was displaced through, and we had this inversion fair value gap. We completely disrespected that. Um, So from here, right, I'm gonna play it again. We had this for value gap open up. That was my second entry. Um, Stops above this, and take profit would have been previously lows, right? Um, a lot of confluence to go down. Price is showing everything it needs to go down. So yeah, price tapped in, rejected off of that, and then we shot up, and I got stopped out for the second time. Then we came back up, right? And at this point, I took my two losses, so I'm done for the day. If I take two losses in the day, either my ideas were wrong, or price action was bad, or there's a number of reasons. But yeah, two trades, and I'm done. So getting rid of all of this, right? we came this low and we created more lows right here. Really did not like that we like, just had stacked lows right here. I knew we were eventually going to come down here. Um, but for now, we seem pretty bullish because what do we have? We had this breaker block that we disrespected, this inversion for a value gap. Disrespected all the bearish PD rays and are respecting all the bullish PD rays. We have this market structure shift with heavy displacement to the upside. So even though we had these lows right here, I was looking at this internal model for buy side. Um, and so just on paper trade, I saw this fat imbalance right here that I wanted filled, had this breaker. So this is a unicorn setup. Unicorns have a very high win rate, like 80% or something. And keep in mind with the context too, swept liquidity, SMT, displacement, uh, and breaker block for value gap entry. Um, this should be a pretty good place to, put your oh my God, why is my brain not working? Pretty good place to place your order or whatever. Put my stops right below this inversion for value gap right here because that's like the last line of defense. If that gets broken through, then we're definitely not going up. Um, yeah, take profit would have been like up here. And so just waited for price to come in, tapped it perfectly right here, as you can see. Um, and we started to get a little bit of some reaction to the upside. And then I was like, okay, so price action is actually respecting what would normally work in normal market conditions. And then, yeah, just completely dumped. Um, just plain out price finally swept out these previous day lows. Um, yeah. So on the day right now, I'm down a little less than 500 bucks, but took two trades, both of them were losses. And now I have to look back and, say why are these losses? Are these good losses? Everything that I needed to see showed up for me to take a trade. The only reason why I took these losses today were because bad market conditions. Um, I've been with a couple mentors through my trading journey so far, and every single one of them have said FOM like post FOMC, it's not it like I would say 90% of the time it's terrible action. It just won't respect what you like. It will show you the setups, but it just won't respect it. It will chop around, and so I do remember that. And going into the day, I knew that, but I still took trades with the same amount of risk as any other day. And today was a very good learning point because I experienced because now I'm trading with my own challenge account. I'm taking my own trades of my own conviction. I understand now how shitty FOMC can be. And basically from now on, either the absolute minimum, I'm cutting my risk in half after FOMC. I've gotten to that point where I experienced enough of these days to really know that price action post FOMC is not high probability. And honestly, I probably won't be trading FOMC days. If I really think about it, I don't even get less days in the week to trade because of it. Because Mondays, if there are no news, they are usually higher probability during FOMC weeks. So the weeks that I don't have FOMC and that is no news Monday, I don't trade those. But the weeks I have FOMC, I can trade those no news Mondays. So I still have the same amount of trading days in the week. It's not like I'm getting less opportunity. It's just that the days are switched up a little bit. So from now on, I don't plan on trading FOMC days, especially if I see this price action. Um, I'm not mad about my losses. I I I know that those setups under good conditions will work 90% of the time. Well, I'll say 80% of the time. Um, and and yeah, no, that's really it. Right now, what I'm seeing is we're setting up this. I'll take it out of the replay real quick, but we're setting up this low resistance liquidity run. We have this high, that high, that high, right here. We have all that low resistance liquidity. We just swept out previous day lows. Um, Markets are closed. It's 4 p.m. So no more trades, but I'm expecting price to probably consolidate right here. And then in Asia, London, either we see more manipulation down, generating more buy side. And hopefully, since we have 8:30 news, we have unemployment claims tomorrow. I'm hoping to see all of this ran because we've been consolidating this whole entire week. At first, this looked like a manipulation leg to go to the upside. But then we came back down, and now we sweep out this leg. And I'm expecting us to go back up, but um, yeah, from this week we've just been consolidating, and we haven't taken out these highs. Still, this high now is pretty close to those equal highs. So now we have about 5 equal highs right there. So it's just a matter of when price actually wants to stop fucking around, stop consolidating, and finally take it out. So that's going to be on the lookout for the rest of the week. Hopefully, sweep that out tomorrow. So yeah, that's it for today.